Good morning, it's Brocarde here, and I've come straight from Wacken to the heart of the Black Forest. I'm in an abandoned hunting hotel in the absolute middle of nowhere, and it's derelict, and I'm going to be filming a music video here today for my new single, Feed My Soul. This place is absolutely epic as a location. As you can see behind me, everything is almost frozen in time and left completely as it would have been tens of years ago. I bet you are wondering the very important question, is this place haunted? Rumour has it that this is one of the most haunted locations in the Black Forest. And there's already quite a mystical energy about this place. And I'm downstairs. I haven't even ventured up into the attic yet. Watch this space because I have a feeling this is going to be a really interesting video. So look, this is the piano and the sheet music is still perfectly positioned. I have no idea what that music is, but if anyone is fluent or even slightly able to speak in German, then you'll know exactly what that music is. And literally, as I was saying, this is the dining room. Everything is still perfectly positioned. And I know that it's daylight here, but I hate it when people do videos and show these beautiful abandoned places and they're literally just walking around in the dark because you cannot really see the magnitude of the setting that they're in. So, as I was saying, so much taxidermy, antlers, beautiful furniture actually. Like, this is quite a stunning sofa. Like, I'm so into this whole vibe. There you go, maybe I need to move to Germany and live in a hunting lodge. And look, it's literally just set up. And over here, record collection, more taxidermy, the forest. So yeah, it's a pretty cool setup in here. There you go. God, that scared me then. That cuddly toy looked real. Yeah. Joy round every corner. Yeah, so as you can see, the record collection behind me, pretty sick. I can kind of automatically imagine being in a completely different era, sitting here, listening to a few records, waiting for the strudel to arrive. And with that, I'm going to leave the dining room and explore the rest of this hotel. I've come upstairs. This really feels like someone's home. I mean, I know this was a hotel and it was overtaken in the war by soldiers, but it's literally like a personal home. You know, in the olden days, you know, ages and ages and ages ago, before we had uniform with hotels, every room would have been decorated slightly differently, and that is exactly how this hotel is. You'll walk down the corridor, like I'm on the first floor now, and this is my absolute favorite room. It's blue and all of the furniture is blue with little roses, hand painted detail, and I love that. And there are crosses everywhere in this hotel. I think that's just a religious thing from that era. Like, I think it would be normal to have a crucifix above your bed in the 1970s. And there are items of clothing, pieces of furniture. Obviously there's furniture, it's the whole bedroom. But it's literally like time stood still. I don't know how this hotel has managed to preserve itself so well. It doesn't have any signs of vandalism, it doesn't have any graffiti, it doesn't have any of the things that you would expect from an abandoned building, and that's a good thing. And for those very reasons, I'm not going to disclose the exact location or the name of this hotel, or even disclose too much of its history. And it's 2025, you can go online, you can probably find this location out quite easily, but just wanted to reiterate that this is a permission visit and I have not broken into this abandoned building. You can find the caretaker's details quite easily as well, but I don't want this place to become spoiled. I don't want it to become one of those places that everyone comes and it starts to get trashed. I think already a lot of people have been here. It's quite known within the urban exploring community, but yes, don't vandalize this beautiful property, because I'm hoping that one day, with not too much work, they could actually restore this. But anyway, I digress. Back to this beautiful room, and you can probably see behind me, I'm going to show you a little bit closer, but there is a vintage Victorian pram with a doll. I can't get away from them. The haunted dolls are following me around the world. In my last video for identity theft, I had hundreds of haunted dolls, and this video didn't even involve a doll concept. I mean, the theme of it, if you analyze it, you will see the relevance of the doll. But yeah, there's a really creepy little doll here, and I'm gonna introduce her to you. It's the eyes for me. Look into the eyes of the creepy doll, the creepy haunted doll. Yes, there she is. And also, as I was mentioning, lots of crucifixes. There's one on the wall behind me, and there's also one here. This has a headless Jesus. Not my doing, might I add, but someone has decapitated this and taken his head off. I don't know why. Maybe it was just a horrible accident. Maybe it's a religious protest. I don't know. But a hell of a lot of crosses in this hotel. Yeah, very, very bizarre. Or very fitting. So there's a hell of a lot of crosses in this hotel, as I keep pointing out. There's also a suitcase in the corner. I know that it was a hotel, and it was obviously, as I keep saying, it was a hunting lodge or a hunting hotel, and hence all the taxidermy that I showed you downstairs. I've touched upon this a few times now. But back in that day and age, people used to stay here while they went off into the Black Forest to do hunting, and people went off into the Black Forest to do hunting. I wonder if they brought their prey? I wonder if they brought what they shot back to the hotel in the evening and compared deer heads. I have no idea. I'm just rambling now, but I also know that this was a base for soldiers in World War II, and since then, since the soldiers moved out, since the war finished, this has been derelict and empty for a hell of a long time. Hence why I'm quite surprised that it's in such pristine condition. It is also said to be highly haunted. A lot of the previous owners have died here, and it does have that vibe. I'm going to go into every one of the bedrooms up here and show you, but it does feel like someone's personal bedroom. And I've been filming a lot in this blue room, and right opposite there is a portrait of a lady, and it just keeps catching my eye every time I look out the door. It's quite eerie. There's clothes laid out on the bed, there's shoes next to the bed, there's a suitcase at the end of the bed, and because I was crawling around on the floor earlier, there's also a bedpan under the bed. And I'm going to show you this as well, but because of the era that this hotel was built, they didn't have ensuite bathrooms. They have a little sink in the corner, which was quite typical of hotels and even houses that were built in that era. In fact, my family home, in my childhood bedroom, I had a little sink in the corner of the room, and you don't really see that nowadays, but obviously most people don't want a communal bathroom experience, so I don't know how this hotel would function in 2025. But yeah, there's a little sink in the corner which is very, very 80s or 70s or even earlier, but yeah, it's very vintage. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So yeah, this is my little haunted doll friend, the beheaded Jesus. Suitcase. Another cross. And this is what I was talking about with the furniture. All the roses, hand painted. I don't know what you call this colour. It's darker than duck egg blue, but I really like it. And in the corner, there I am. There's the sink I was telling you about. If you look out into the corridor, you'll see the portrait of this lovely lady. Excuse my squeaky shoes. I'm wearing new Dr. Martens today. And they're very squeaky. I think it's because it's chucking it down with rain. But you can see what I mean. The clothes are laid out on the bed. Bedpan on the floor. I'm assuming that's a Bible. Here I am again. And yeah, a wardrobe full of clothes. Some documents. Ooh, weird energy over here. Oh God, I feel like someone died in that bed. My God, the squeaky shoes are going to be really annoying when people are watching this. But yeah, look, this is another of the bedrooms. There's a guy's shirt. Oh God, that mirror is absolutely creepy. Don't like that. And out into the forest. Someone's dress. Another crucifix. This is the creepy thing as well. Some of the doors are locked, and I want to know what's behind door number 19. Or maybe I don't want to know what's behind door number 19. This is one of the bathrooms. Oh, I don't like this room. This room is actually a suite. It does have its own bathroom in this one. Oh, I don't like this room. This is really weird. I'm not into this. Oh my goodness, you can literally, this is insane. This is like someone's life laid out, like family photos. This is madness. Oh my God, what on earth is that? It's someone's weave? Gosh. And then there's a picture of a dog. I hope that's nothing to do with the dog. Look at that vintage hairdryer. My goodness. And there's letters. It's insane. Beautiful vintage hat. And literally a closet full of clothes. This is not a hotel. This is where the owners would have lived. There's a traditional German dress. This is absolutely incredible. Wow. It's literally, I'm not going to go rifling through someone's old underwear, but hats, petticoats, I think. It's amazing. I feel nosy. I feel like I'm intruding. I feel like I shouldn't be here, but as I said, I am here filming a music video. Woo! There's another bedroom. Well, I'm literally giving you a full-on guided tour down the corridor. There's a lot of old beds in there. Another bedroom. You trip over. And another bedroom at the end. Oh, there's a very strange photo on the wall. That's odd. The dominance is quite creepy with that. The positioning is a little bit troubling. Not sure I'd want to be that woman, let's put it that way. And again, beautiful furniture. In here, this is green. And also, I was saying that every room is decorated completely differently because that's the way it was back then, huh? Anyway, I am taking far too much time showing you around. Oh my goodness, what on earth is that in the corner? There she is. That is terrifying. Goodness. Anyway, that's enough of this. I'm going to get back to filming that music video. I just wanted to film a little snippet back in this room because the energy in here is really, really off. Like, I'm absolutely freezing cold. Bearing in mind, this is August. I mean, obviously it's an abandoned hotel, so there's no heating. It's not lived in, so it's cold. But this room is stone cold. And that woman, whoever that was, and I may research into this, is giving me a little bit of like goosebumps on my arms. And when I walk over to that bed near the window, I get a really sicky feeling. So it feels kind of haunted. It feels quite paranormal in here. It feels kind of haunted. It feels like the energy is a little bit off in here. Bedpan just caught my eye. Lovely. While I'm here in the haunted room that's making me feel ill, what a great time to talk about outfits. Let's make the conversation really, really shallow. This dress needs to be talked about. It is insane. And anyone who watched First Dates will know that I wore this for First Dates, but I felt like it deserved another moment. So when I was looking through my closet trying to figure out what to wear for my music video then, I was like, that dress, because imagine swirling around in a hunting lodge with this huge sparkly princess dress. So that's my outfit for my music video. I have one outfit, I'm not getting changed. I like it that way, so when you watch the video, you'll literally see me flouncing around in the forest. Well, technically not in the forest because it's chucking it down with rain, but yeah, there you go. Fit check. Okay, a little bit of a curveball. I am now on the second floor of the hotel and I feel like someone or groups of people, clearly there's a pentagram on the floor and some candles and lots of references to witchcraft in this room. This is very, very bizarre. Like, this is like completely out of the blue compared to what else is going on in the hotel. I don't know if people are breaking into this place and doing witchcraft, but obviously it's highly haunted and clearly it attracts people who want to cast spells and connect with forces. Is it dark forces? Is it black magic? I really do not know. There is lots of witchcraft symbolism all over the wall. A lot of people have put their Instagram handles, to be honest, but there is also a lot of references to witchcraft as well, which is kind of fascinating. Strangely, well, not really strangely, but I'm not going to be filming in this room in terms of music videos, but it's quite interesting, so I couldn't resist sharing it with you guys for my behind the scenes. there you go. There's actually a stove in the corner, which is quite strange actually. Maybe it was someone's apartment. Maybe there is a reason why people are practicing witchcraft in this very room. But to me, I can't sense anything untoward. The only thing I would say is when I walked into this room, I heard a kind of like a grunt, but that could have been anything. It could actually have been the floorboards, so who knows? Anyway, I thought I'd show you this. And it's very bright in here, so you can actually see the room in its entirety. But I bet at night, with the candles lit, it's a whole different energy. See what I mean? And a sewing machine. But yeah, look at the symbols on the wall. I've made it to the attic, the very top of the hotel, and everybody knows the most haunted parts of any building are the attic and the basement. Never go into the attic alone because you might find an antique bed frame or a couple of old lamps or a burst feather pillow. There's feathers everywhere up here. But are there any ghosts? Boom! Tell me you're in an abandoned hotel without telling me you're in an abandoned hotel. This sign is doing all the work for me. So, I hope that you've enjoyed this little sneak behind the scenes of what it's like to record a music video in a haunted, abandoned hotel. And if you're intrigued as to what footage I captured, then check out my music video. It's called Feed My Soul. Thank you for watching and thank you for joining me on another Brocarde adventure. Bye.